Page 87. 3. Speaking naturally. Fall-rise intonation. B. Listen and complete the sentences. 1.
I was reading a book on the train and I missed my stop.
2.
Last night when I was washing the dishes, I broke a glass.
3.
I was texting a friend of mine and I tripped and fell on the street.
4.
Yesterday, when I was using my computer, it suddenly crashed.
Page 88. Lesson B. Accidents happen. 1. Building vocabulary. A. Listen and say the words and sentences. Which words and expressions do you already know?
Hand. Finger. Elbow. Shoulder. Nose. Eye. Head. Face. Neck. Arm. Wrist. Thumb. Back. Chest. Hip. Knee. Leg. Ankle. Foot. Toe.
I broke my arm. I got a black eye. I sprained my ankle. I cut my finger. I hurt my back.
Page 89. 2. Building language. A. Listen. What happened to George? What was he doing when it happened? Practice the conversation.
So how was your ski trip? Did you have a good time?
Yeah, I guess. I sort of had an accident.
Oh, really? What happened? Did you hurt yourself?
Yeah, I broke my leg.
Oh, no. How did it happen? I mean, what were you doing?
Well, actually, I was talking on my cell phone.
While you were skiing? That's kind of dangerous.
Yeah, I know. But I was by myself, so I was lucky I had my cell to call for help.
Page 89. 3. Grammar. Past continuous questions. Reflexive pronouns. Past continuous.
Were you skiing with a friend?
No, I wasn't. I was by myself.
What were you doing? What were you doing when you fell?
I was talking on my cell phone.
Simple past.
Did you hurt yourself?
Yes, I did.
What did you do?
I called for help.
Reflexive pronouns.
I hurt myself. You hurt yourself. He hurt himself. She hurt herself. We hurt ourselves. They hurt themselves.
Page 90. Lesson C. That's hilarious. 1. Conversation strategy. Reacting to a story. B. Listen. What happened to Hugo? How did he solve his problem?
I was at my friend's house one time. We were making Thai curry for a bunch of people.
Oh, I love Thai food.
And he left me in the kitchen to watch the curry. Well, my phone rang and I got talking.
Uh-oh.
And it all stuck to the bottom of the pan and burned.
Oh no!
Yeah, it didn't taste too good. I freaked.
I bet.
So I poured the curry into another pan and added some chili peppers. Then I hid the burnt pan under the sink.
Oh, that's hilarious. I bet no one even noticed.
I don't know. No one said anything, but they drank a lot of water.
Page 91. 2. Strategy Plus. I bet. Read the stories and guess the responses. Then listen and write the responses you hear. Practice with a partner. 1.
A friend of mine was staying at a hotel one time, and she was walking back to her room in the dark, and she fell in the pool. Everyone at the pool cafe saw her.
Oh no! I bet she was embarrassed.
2.
One time I fell asleep on the subway, and when I woke up, the train was at the end of the line. It took an hour to get back to my stop.
Oh, I bet you weren't too happy with yourself.
3.
I was on vacation in London with my parents a few years ago, and we were flying home. Anyway, we got to the airport, and I realized my passport was still in the hotel safe.
Oh no, I bet you freaked.
Page 91. 3. Listening and strategies. A funny story. A and B. Listen to the story.
Did I tell you my cell phone story?
No. What happened?
Well, my husband and I have the same cell phones, and sometimes we get them mixed up. Like he answers mine and I pick up his to make a call. It's confusing. So, yeah, last Saturday, we made last-minute plans to have dinner together at this little Spanish restaurant. We go there occasionally. It has a really cool atmosphere, and they play live music and everything. So, anyway, I went to run some errands before dinner, and we agreed to meet at 7. And when I was leaving the house, I picked up my phone from the table and threw it in my purse. So, yeah, I was doing my shopping and everything, and I didn't realize the time and how late it was. Yeah, and it was like 10 after 7, and I thought, why didn't my husband call me? Like, to remind me. So, I called him. And I heard this phone ringing in my purse, and I'm thinking, what's that? And it was my husband's phone. I guess I picked it up by mistake when I left the house, and I had both phones with me.
So, what did you do?
I just went to the restaurant, and my husband was sitting there waiting. I was like half an hour late. Actually, he was okay about it. He was listening to the band and eating some appetizers, so he didn't mind. He just couldn't believe I had his phone again.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Page 93. Lesson D. Happy endings. 2. Listening and speaking. Happy endings? A and B. Listen to Gary's and Pam's stories. Gary's story.
While I was having some breakfast in a coffee shop recently, about 2 weeks ago, I started talking to someone at the next table. And, I found out the guy was from my old high school. So we were talking about people we both knew and remembering stuff and laughing. And when I got up to leave, we were still talking. And anyway, I forgot my briefcase. I just left it there under my chair. My computer and everything was in it. And I didn't realize until I got to work. And of course, I freaked. My name wasn't on my briefcase or anything. I mean, can you imagine? Anyway, I called the coffee shop right away, but they didn't have it. I was so mad at myself, you know? Anyway, later that day, I was listening to a local radio show, the one I usually listen to at work, and my briefcase was on the lost and found announcements. So I called, and they said it was at the police station. I was so relieved. It turns out that the guy at the coffee shop noticed it when he left, and he took it to the local police station. He had no way of calling me, so yeah. He left me his number, and I called him to say thank you. And now we meet up for breakfast sometimes.
Pam's story.
I was going to a friend's wedding reception last weekend. It was in a beautiful old country house, and I was really looking forward to it. So I left early, about 3:30. The party was at 5, and it was a beautiful day. Anyway, while I was driving down these little country roads, I was thinking about my friend and, well, I got lost. I was in the middle of nowhere. I mean, I had directions and everything, but I just got totally lost. And I was thinking, why didn't I bring my GPS? So, by 4:30, I was getting really upset. I didn't want to be late. Anyway, I saw this little house, and I got out of the car and rang the doorbell. And this nice woman came to the door, and I said, "I'm lost. Can you help me?" And I told her I was looking for this place, and I gave her the name of the country house. Well, she was so nice, and she said, "I'll drive you there, just follow me." And she got into her car. So I followed her for about 10 minutes, and we arrived at this little country hotel place. And I was thinking, this doesn't look like a place for a wedding reception. Anyway, she drove off, and I went inside. Well, it turned out it was a small country hotel with the same name, but it was totally the wrong place. I finally got to the right place, about an hour late,